Dave Palumbo here with another RX Muscle Rant brought to you by Redcon One. This is a weekend rant, and I don't usually do them on the weekends, but sometimes I get so annoyed by seeing stuff that I have to just go crazy and just go nuts. Jillian Michaels was on a talk show being interviewed about keto dieting, and she's like, "Don't do it.
Don't go keto.
Don't do it." And she starts going off on, trying to give science of insulin resistance and insulin sensitivity. And she's talking, throwing terms around that the people interviewing her have no idea what she's talking about. And, she's saying true things, but she's not saying anything related to ketogenic dieting. She's just saying in general what things do. Now, you got to remember, one of the key points she tried to make was that carbohydrates, are integral in metabolism in certain of the, I guess you could say, metabolic processes that go on in the body, even though they're not essential nutrients, and she probably doesn't even realize that. And the reason why you don't have to consume carbohydrates is because your body can make its own carbohydrates from amino acids. So she kind of forgets to mention that. But really what kind of irked me about about her saying, "Don't do it," was, well, the hosts were like, well, how should people lose weight then if you shouldn't do a ketogenic diet? Even though she did admit that it does work, she was implying that it would screw your metabolism up, which is not true, of course. It actually increases insulin sensitivity, it doesn't decrease it. But that's not the point. Her solution to the problem of losing weight was just eat sensibly. Eat a sensible diet, don't overeat.
Eat clean and don't overeat. I promise you, balanced diet.
Guess what? Fat people and people who are overweight can't eat sensibly. That's the problem. Telling them to eat sensibly to them means sitting at home with a bag of Oreos at night and a bowl and a glass of big milk and dipping them in there and eating the whole bag. That's sensible eating to them. If they could eat sensibly, they wouldn't be overweight. That's the problem. Ketogenic dieting, is great for the mass of people who are overweight because it controls urges. It controls hunger. It keeps your mood stable because your blood sugar is always stable. You don't get irritable. You don't get these crazy cravings in the middle of the night. Why? Because blood sugar is stable. The number one reason people fail on their diets is because they can't eat sensibly because they're fucking hungry and they want to eat and they're arguing with their wife or their husband or their boyfriend or girlfriend because they're hungry and they can't take it, and they got stress in their life, and they got kids to raise, and they can't take fluctuating blood sugars. That's why they fail on their diet. They don't sit around doing a TV show 6 weeks out of the year, collect a paycheck, and they can have a chef cooking all their meals for them, like Jillian can, They can't eat sensibly. That's the problem. That's why a ketogenic diet is so good, because the brain now is using fats or ketones as a fuel source. And when the brain uses fats as a fuel source, it doesn't use blood sugar. And when the blood sugar is not being consumed by the brain constantly, blood sugar is stable. And when blood sugar is stable on a diet, you feel good. You don't feel like cheating. Also, ketogenic diets actually have more calories usually than more energy. I don't like the word calorie because calories doesn't say anything basically, because all calories are not created equal. There's more energy, available in a ketogenic diet of protein and fat as opposed to eating carbohydrates and protein with very low fat. That's actually a lower calorie diet. So you'll actually feel better. You'll build and repair muscle better on it, and you'll lose fat better because insulin levels will be lower. And she did admit to that. But the bottom line is that her solution was no solution.
Eat clean and don't overeat. I promise you, balanced diet.
And if you're going to criticize a diet for not being good for you or not working, or not being something you should engage in, you better have a better alternative, especially if you are an expert on getting people in shape. So it irks me a little bit. I'd love to debate her on a TV show. It never happened, of course, but I'd love to debate her. But I do think that she's very good for, aside from her, her putting down the ketogenic diet, I like Jillian Michaels. I think she's a good-looking girl. I think she's a positive influencer, getting people in shape, Biggest Loser, tremendous show. So other than that, I don't have any problems with her. I actually like her and probably would be friends with her if I knew her. But having said that, don't give irresponsible information. I'm Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle Rant.
DNA.